All right, hello everyone, and good morning. Let's do the first video for 2026, although it's a Friday. Let's just do it. Okay, before I head off to the farmer's market, let's take a look. It's gold. Now remember, gold is a swing day, Thursday or Friday. Thursday was a holiday. Friday, we're in, markets going up. Nice and easy. Okay, all good. Remember, we had a red box, a red candle here. Okay, as you can see, the market did not close below it. Okay, and this is a swing day, so I'm going to go up from here. But you don't want to be going up from the top. Why? Because there's a gap here. There's a gap here in the opening. Okay, so what we'd like to see is the market pulling back in order to go up. That we should be looking for. Therefore, the good hours to trade to do that. First of all, it's 8:05 my time, which is that bar there. Okay, it's 7:50, 7:49 right now, my local time. Okay, so at 8:05, all right, as you can see on the platform, that's 7 a.m. Okay, because the platform, as you know, is an hour behind. So I don't want to be buying high. Okay, despite the fact that we bias to the upside. Let the market come, let it fill in some gaps, and so on. Now I am expecting good trade possibilities at 10:10 my time. That's a possibility. It could have a surprise move into there, so be careful for that. And today could also be a nice actually day where the value, the price, can start a nice energetic move, and can end up nice. Okay, and it can target 8:35 to 10:40. Now at 8:35 the market can hit a target. From there it can retrace into 10:40, or it can keep pushing. All right, so you could stick around there or keep pushing a little bit more into 10:40. All right, so you'll have to see where that pans out. Good hours to trade in the US is going to be 2:30 or 3:25. One of those two. They're both okay. You just have to see where your price is. Once the market makes a move and it has a direction, it should keep going at least into 6:30. Okay, and at 6:30 you have to evaluate the situation, see where we're going. Okay, it can keep pushing, like I said, into 8:35. It could retrace there subtly, or keep going into 10:40. All right, so those are the two options. You should also be careful at 6:30. Okay, because 6:30 is a backstabber. So it could be like, I'm not expecting any change after in the direction after after 2:30, 3:30. I'm not expecting any change. So if you're going to scalp the market, let's say, you can do it after 3:30 because it should have a direction going into 6 to 6:30. Right then, like I said, you got to be careful at 6:30. You got to be careful at 8:30. But your target should be initially 8:30 if it has a direction. All right, I hope that makes sense. Let's take a look at the euro dollar then. Okay, so with the gold, like I said, we're all good, honky dory, no dramas. This is where we said we should be getting into the market. The market did a bit of a stop sweep on those equal lows, tapped into that red bar, which is fine as well because this is where the push kind of happened as well. There's another push level here, and it's also a good buy kiss just underneath it. So we'd like to push this to the upside and into that 4,530 zone, 50 zone. Okay, so basically we're just doing what we do, following the market in the direction. All right, there you go. Okay, either that or that, somewhere there. All right, so we're all good. It's just going in that trend, and we've got two levels. So swing day, bias to the upside, pull back, you're good to get in. at your technical levels. Mind the gaps, as I always say. Like there's one here, there's another one here. So the market can come down, do a stop sweep, tap into that good buy kiss we talked about, okay, and then boom to the upside as well, okay. But in any case, on a pullback trading hour, I'd be going long. Let's take a look at euro dollar. With the euro dollar, as you know, Wednesday was a swing day. Market picking up from here is logical, okay. So red bar, cause consequence for the breakout, markets coming in. Wednesday going up. If you want to buy it, it's logical. Let's get rid of this for the moment. If you want to buy this, it's logical, okay. Like I said, I'd rather buy it here, okay. But this is a swing day, Wednesday. You want to push it to the upside. On any pullback to go to the upside, it's doable. When are good hours? Look, 6 to 6:30 for euro dollar is good. All right. 2:30 to 3:30, it's good. Okay. Basically, yeah. So if it pulls back, all right, that's kind of like doable. All right. To go long from there. There are even lows here as well. Looks like a double bottom with a breakout. So any pullback, okay to go back up again, in my opinion. All right. Like I said, I'd rather see it down here because that's a nice, fill in, and then we can like safely go up, follow it up because all the prices have been filled in and so on. But for today, day trading it to the upside, I think is okay. Bitcoin, let's take a look now. Bitcoin again here. I don't think I have a Friday for this, do I? Thursday, Friday. Nope. All right, so that's Tuesday. Yeah, it's Tuesday. So Bitcoin at a Tuesday, that's your Tuesday, okay? If you bought here to go to the upside, you should be okay because as you can see, the market hasn't gone below that, right? So we had these swing days. Market stop sweeped, yeah, but it didn't close under the wicks, under the lows of those swing days. Went up, comes back down again. Going to the upside, I can get rid of these now, okay? And so on. So you can follow it into there, okay? And, that could be the way to go. So if you want to do it, it's doable. Where should you target? Let's do this. If you want to buy, if it's on a pullback at like 87,800, 87, 800, 700, this zone here can also be okay. Obviously no buying here, right, where they sold off. Okay, that's just not a good idea. All right. Also with Bitcoin, I did mention we're a bit in between levels. Okay. And remember, the overall bias is for me to the downside because I want to see this go further down, and that's basically it. So I am looking for the market to kind of, let's do this, but it's just going to be a little crazy. Let's do this. If you're following Bitcoin, okay, so you want to be, oh, come on. All right, you want to keep your options to see what the market can be doing. Down here, okay. And what does that tell you? This should tell us, okay, we can target that. Okay, we can target that. zone, which is that blue bar over here. If it comes up here again, we sell again, okay? But overall, this pennant is good, okay? So we don't want to be doing that. Let's just do this. Let's not get confused. Let's keep things simple. Sell location, okay? Sell location. Remember, I marked this in before. All right, this zone is a sell location. Slight price gap. So if the market screws everybody over and sells off, you know why, because they want to close the gap, which is fine. Okay. Second option is we want to screw everybody over, go up here, and then take it downtown. All right, so that's also possible. Okay, but if we are at highs at trading hours, I'd rather short this pennant off. And on the daily, this is where we're at. So if you want to short, you want to do it at the high end of things, okay? And the first high end of things is here after the impulse, sideways on the daily, selling the highs at a swing day at the trading hour to the downside is a less risky business. This is the stop sweep location, not the stop sweep, sorry, the gap fill location. So you have to keep that low in mind. See, that's already filled, no gaps here, we're all honky-dory, okay? And then we'll see how things pan out. I'm now going to get rid of this as well. The only other thing, if it pushes to the upside, is going to be that zone there. All right, which I will keep in mind. Okay, so this is like for future reference. This is not for today. So what we want to do, it's a swing day. The next swing day is going to happen next week, okay, later on next week. So until then, what can you do? This is a bit tricky, like I said, because we're in the mid zone, but because it was a swing day, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I want to kind of like take it into there. That sounds logical to me, okay? So it looks logical because of the swing day, and we're chucking a UE going into there is fine. So if you want to buy it on a pullback, go for it. This is the first zone, like I said, 87,800, 87,700 zone. It's doable. Don't buy at the tops. They sold heavy. You're going to get yourself into trouble and more risk. If you buy at the top, your stop loss has to be further away. If it doesn't pull back, guys, let it go. Let's take a look at the indices. I had a gold trade. I put a case study video exactly for that as well. And you can see why the second part of the trade, it got stopped out with a profit because I mentioned the flag. All right. So if you watch the video for that as well, you'll also understand what happened there. Okay. But it was all profitable, knowing time and price. So let's take a look here. Now we've got SP500. We're about Friday. Today is Monday, Thursday or Friday. So we've got Friday swing day. All right, fair enough. So this could be a swing day, Friday, SP500. So what do we want to do? Look, they've like taken this out. Okay, so this was a zone, remember? So this is bullish. Okay, this is bullish. But it's a swing day. It's sold off a little bit. There's still room to come down. So if you're going to use today as a trading day, if the market, okay, if the market is up, closing gaps, see the gaps here. Let's reset this. Okay, this is going to be your zone. If you come up here at a trading hour, you can sell off here. All right. And that's basically it. If the market goes down, okay, let's say it goes down, it's a swing day. Can it go down from here? Well, it certainly can, because it's an adjustment level. So this 8:05 my time is 7:05 here, which is there. All right, so this could bring the market back down here. And then we've got 10 into 9 o'clock on the platform. 9 on the platform. So that could be it. And from there on, we have to check 2:30 and 3:30. All right. So what's important for us are these 2 hours in the US. 2:30, 3:30. That's 2 time slots, right? 2:30 or 3:30. And then if we find direction, there should be a direction, right? That direction should take us into 6:30, all right? To 6 to 6:30. It should take us into that zone. And if any change is going to happen, it's going to be after 6:30. And that 6:30 is going to be a turnaround or a breakout. If it comes back into a turnaround at 8:35 retracement adjustment level, you can get back in there. All right, but it's like really close to the closing hours, so I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't be trading it, but if you're into it, if you're going to scalp it or whatever, then those are the hours to look out for. Okay, let's take a look on the daily to see. Yeah, see that gap we want to be filling in. So going up to the low of that 6,900, which is right there, as you can see, right, 6,900. Okay, there you go, 6,900. And selling off is like not a bad idea. If it doesn't get up, then they just sell down. Then you better be targeting these levels here. Okay, so from there, that's 6,830 coming into there. All right, so that's 6,728. So from there to there is also a range where you want to be measuring it. Okay. Right, this is US 30. Now remember we talked about this ending diagonal. Let's do this. All right, so this is an ending diagonal, right? So swing day, nicely down. Okay, remember we're like measuring it from, if we're up, we're selling, right? So, and if this is looking like an ending diagonal for us, obviously we don't want to be buying the tops. So arrow down. Okay, now I did say it should first come into this bar here. Okay, this one, which it's nearly done, but it should dip further. This should break. Okay, so this needs to break. Okay, so selling is a better option. At the low of that is also okay. What's the low of that? 48,332. 48,332 is up here somewhere. All right. Oh, and there's a gap there. All right. So if the market goes up and you want to sell back here again, it's doable. This I must have drawn before Christmas or Monday. So let's take a look. So this is going to be a zone. It might do a stop sweep up here because of the even highs here. So you need to be careful for that. But there is no requirement for a gap fill here. It doesn't look like it needs a gap fill there. No, it doesn't. So this is the bar, the cause. All right. For the consequence. Pull back, push down. Go up, stop sweep, fill gap, sell off, trading hours, logical. All right. And then, like I said, this is your candle, but this should break. Okay. So that's how it is. Let's take a look at this US 100. So here we are in NASDAQ. So that was a swing Thursday or Friday or Wednesday or Friday. I don't know. Well, NASDAQ and Dow had Wednesday, Friday. So Wednesday, here we are. Today is Friday. So if you want to sell, you can. All right. Oops, not an up bar, but we need a down arrow. Arrow down. All right, and that was Wednesday. Right, swing day. Arrow down Friday. Okay, so we want to take it down where to into this bar. Look, it's already done a bit. Okay, but I will be a bit more precise. Okay, this, like I said, 1, 2, 3, 4. We should come back into this zone here actually. Okay, we should come back into this bar here, the blue one. Okay, the red's too big, the blue one. So we should dip back into this 24,285 again. Now you have to be careful. Like I said, trade at the trading hours and only sell if we're high. Don't sell the lows, okay? But if we end up somewhere up during New York, first, selling is a better option. I mean, this is looking like it's been bought to retest the sell-off. That's what it looks like. So, coming back up to sell off is logical, right? Because Wednesday was a swing day. Retesting the Wednesday swing day at a trading hour, stop sweeping anything, coming back down is looking logical. So if we keep going up and don't come down, then today being a swing day will be obviously sellable from the highs at trading hours. Next week, we also have a swing day Monday for this and for the Dow, and it's a Tuesday for SP 500. So if we close the evening with a high note, then next week we'll be looking to sell the highs again on a swing day. All right, so be mindful. But this is nice to see. Gap, market going to the upside, test the sell-off again is also logical. All right, and that should be fine. And if the market does fall off, then Monday will follow it to a low. Then that should bring us down here. Okay, so then we should be ending up in this bar. Now remember from the technical analysis course where you need to look out for when the market is in a certain trending or trading style. Okay, and that's basically it. Have a good weekend, all the best, and I hope your new year was great and will continue to be great.